says that the selectmen will meet.
Okay.
Meeting notice, summer schedule for June, July, and August. We'll hold a regular meeting on the following dates. So post the meeting dates,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is for your information,
Mm-hmm.
keep it around the home. And we'll update the Google Calendar, and,
Mhm.
it works with the holiday, which is, I would think Labor Day, is Labor Day September first? September
fifth.
5th, okay.
Fifth.
Yeah. But then we resume to the regular meetings
On the eighth, yeah.
on the 8th.
July 4th is there, we wouldn't meet that week, so that's good. I'm good with it the way it looks. Cause I'm going to Colebrook on the 24th,
Which month?
June,
June 24th, okay.
blessings of the light. So, I do wanna get out of here early on Thursday, so that works out good for me. Gentlemen, any concerns?
I'm fine with it.
That's fine.
And then we can proceed like we did this past year, if we have an emergency, something, we
Yep.
have to notice
Post
24 hours in advance for,
Oh, if it's an emergency, you don't need to, but.
no,
True emergency, no, but
Yeah.
yeah,
right,
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
I think by consensus, we're good. Go with the summer schedule that you have posted here.
alright, and then, just an FYI, I have, posted public hearing, it was actually posted in the paper today, in case anyone saw it. We are scheduled 14 days out, which is April 7th, so in 2 weeks, we will be meeting here and holding the public hearing for the, roof. So, Ralph,
What's that?
we're gonna be having the public hearing on the roof,
Or
bids.
should we do the school again, cause I know we had about 30, I don't know if it'd be worth it.
I don't think it was any more than what we
Yeah.
could see
That's
here.
fine, I'm good.
Um,
So April 7th, the roof,
And
okay,
if it's a nice night and we have to, we can go to the parking lot.
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we do it early enough, it'll be light enough out there, we can go to the roof.
Yeah, there you go, that'd be good
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Okay, and then, I want permission, I was thinking about the postage machine and asking all the offices to be, for accountability to use the postage machine.
Yep.
For approximately $248 for 12 full months, we could get a second postage machine and I could put it in the town clerk and tax collector's office to share.
Now, on those machines, would you be looking at a higher volume machine, cause,
Yeah, I would like to try to,
Yeah.
to find that, it might be more
Yeah.
expensive to rent, but they do compensate you with a half a cent saving
Mhm.
on a stamp, so
Yeah.
they could easily stamp their envelopes right
Yeah.
there while they're in their office.
yeah, then I would suggest investigating a higher end,
High end,
more efficient machine for that office area.
okay, I'll report back with what I find.
Okay.
Okay, and then I have one more request for the board to entertain. Where the meetings have been going till 11 o'clock at night, I don't think
Not on
it's.
purpose.
I know, I don't think it's healthy for anybody,
Mhm.
and as far as being productive, and, I would like the board to possibly entertain making a policy of some kind, that we would adjourn our meetings by 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then if we notice it on the agenda, that any, just stating it, that all other business will be postponed to the following week, if we just state that we will adjourn our meetings by a certain time.
I'm okay with that, as long as we prioritize
Yeah, we got
the
triage it.
meeting, so that the stuff that really needs to be dealt with gets dealt with, and anything that can go to the next week is minimal impact.
Mhm.
And then that goes to the top of the list
Mhm.
for that week.
Mhm.
I'd be fine with it.
And we'll be looking to you for that, because you know what's on the agenda, so,
Wow.
do you have any
Freezing
thoughts or time?
rain.
No, actually, I think we're wasting a lot of time on it now.
Well, we're still before the 10 o'clock. time,
Yes,
so-
No.
fun with that.
No, actually, to be honest, sometimes things drag out for a
It would
long
keep
time,
everybody
and this
be
would
on
make
schedule.
everybody focus a little bit on,
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you can give it a shot for
Yeah,
now.
I'm good.
Okay, we'll
Try
try
for
it,
9:30.
we'll try it.
That way, if we
agenda notice.
Sure.
And a lot of times too, when people ask me to speak with the board, they'll ask me how busy is the schedule, because they don't wanna be here until 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
Neither
And
do I.
if it means that they have to wait 1 week, then they will, say, okay, pencil me in for next week, and then we'll put them on first, so
Yep.
I can work with that, people usually work with me as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I'm okay with that.
yeah, and then I think you have an email in your paperwork from the Conservation Commission? Did you see that one in
I
there?
don't know if you've seen it.
That would be Brian, you grabbed all the meeting minutes and whatnot, so
You have the highway, chief's report.
that would be non-public.
See, we've got, well, since we get the mailbox here, we have a memo regarding smoking on town property, so just,
FYI.
FYI for you folks. Brett St. Clair has got a request to looking for permission to put a fundraising thermometer on the town common to raise awareness with the Stone Farm Conservation Campaign. Be a 4x8 sheet of plywood with a thermometer and some words painted on it. They were looking at mid-April to put it up, and, I was gonna send it to the website.
Oh, okay.
FYI, you're not, so, that's mailbox stuff. So it'll be there for a few months,
Is that gonna cause any problems for our mowing guy?
go around it, weed whack around it,
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
think.
thinking too, but, yeah.
They had 120 people at the fundraiser for the church last month, made over $2,000.
Oh, good.
They got 37,000 to go, but they're pretty confident they'll get there.
Yeah, well, it's good
So-
there.
So, did you catch that on the thermometer, Bob?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Any thoughts, gentlemen?
Oh, I'm good, let me do
You
it.
good with that?
Yep.
I'm good with it, so,
Okay,
oh, that's for you to initial, and then that just goes in that file there. We're good. We're good. Just, non-public for the police. That's all I got left in the pile, so I did not see an email. Did you get a response back to it, Ralph?
What's that?
Did you get a response?
I'm just gonna leave that with Lean.
Oh,
You're
okay.
done for the night anyway, right?
yeah,
Pretty
so I
much,
can
yeah.
contact her?
You can contact her in the morning.
Awesome.
She's
Thank
up early, she does her horses and whatnot, so by the time you get in, she'll be napping.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Ralph.
Appreciate it. So, I don't know what email you're talking about, so unless you need to go get it or not.
Email,
You said for a
phone,
conservation commission or something?
that was it,
I just read it.
That was it? Oh,
yeah,
forward. Okay,
no, it was conservation.
gotcha, so we're good there, alright. That's all that's in the mailbox except for non-public. We all have, let's see, some more. I'm just gonna make one big motion here. Gonna make a motion to appoint Robert Martell to the Historical Awareness Committee, term ending March 2017. Brian Pike to the Planning Board, term ending March 17th. Tom Grollo to the Technology Committee, term ending March 2017 that is. And Bob Martell to the Energy Committee, term ending March 2017. Tom Grollo to the Highway Safety Committee, term ending March 2017. Is there a second for all those?
I'll second.
We have a second, any discussion, gentlemen? I think we already did that.
Nope.
All those in favor?
Sign away.
Aye. I'm gonna go this way so that way he can put it right back in the file that he has started over there.
Are these the phases of the moon on the bottom?
I think so,
Yes, they
yeah,
are.
Okay.
I think the one that's full is the black one, cause it was last night.
Yes.
Oh, actually, it's the white one, it's the full one.
Alright. That's good. Last one for you, sir. Alright, you have anything else for us there, Lynn?
Nope, I'm done.
Okay.
You can pass these
How about
to,
you?
Linda. These are all the appointment things.
Okay. I'm just gonna gloss over this action list.
Oh, yes.
I thought that this was a good idea. Tom had talked to me briefly this week, and, this is just something that I'll utilize to keep reminding us that there are things for us to work on. I do have a meeting tomorrow with, Dan Troy,
Okay,
job,
What time's he coming in?
10:30.
No, I can't make it. Okay.
Okay. I'm working on getting the minutes for the, Solar Homes Road
Yep.
exaction fee.
yeah, I mean, we told them that it's gonna probably take a little
Couple
bit,
of weeks,
you know,
yeah.
so
Right.
you're coming back from vacation, it'll,
Yep,
you know,
yep,
so,
and then,
just be thorough on that, that's for sure.
and so these other things, as we start to knock some of these off, we can
Yep.
get a little more serious with keeping the ball rolling.
Yep,
With a lot of these.
Yeah, cause the town website one will carry over, and then the
Mhm.
town common one we really haven't looked at yet.
Yeah,
Job descriptions we started to look at, but.
yeah,
Okay. Cool.
If you seem to find you're running out of room because the agenda takes up a little bit too much space, you can always put it on the back side of this.
that sounds good, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's, you know, but that's a, you know, good place to put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No need to burn another page.
sounds good,
Yeah, I can flip this over just as well.
Yep.
Personally,
I can do that.
so, yeah, alright. So, well, we'll start with you, sir, and we'll just go around the table and up to public. Anything go to the order?
Do not have anything, I'm pretty good.
Alright, that being said, I have started, I know we talked, I know before you were on board, but also I didn't mention last week, about, sending a memo to all the department heads, committees regarding, you know, kinda doing a look to the future, what we might, you know, they see coming our way that we need to be cognizant of and such. So I started jotting down some notes to, you know, to start crafting a memo, when I put it on, paper, I'll send it to you guys as drafts to,
Okay.
that sound good?
Yep.
So.
And this is for what now?
You know, like I remember, a number of weeks ago, I asked John Wigan, you know, about,
Oh, potential growth of the
Growth,
town
yeah,
type
growth,
of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just
issues, you
looking
know,
down the road.
what's coming down the, you know, down the pipe that
Routines.
that he sees coming, you know, and changes in rules and regulations that, you know, things you might need.
Yeah, things you don't
people
capture in
posting.
the CIP, cause those are
Exactly.
more of the physical things, and these are
Okay.
the,
I mean, some of it will probably blend into the CIP,
Yeah.
but it's also, you know, just like, you know,
FYI, or not to
Yeah.
surprise the board. that-
exactly, like, you
Yeah.
know, they're thinking about changing some rules for ambulance coverage or something like that, and the state, you know, let us know so that we, you know, we don't end up coming in one meeting and say, oh, hey, by the way, next week they're gonna change this rule, and we're gonna have to take and do this instead of that, and it's gonna cost us, you know, $10,000 or something, you know,
Mhm.
so we're aware of it and can plan accordingly.
And you said you're gonna,
I'll
Draft
draft
it
it up, yeah, so that way we can get out to, you know, all the committees, boards, department heads, and, you know, that sort of thing, so we can kinda get a holistic look at what people are seeing 5 to 10 years down the road that we need to plan for.
Yep.
You know, that may not, like Tom's said, hit the nail on the head, it may not make it to the CIP.
yeah, cause there might be some regulatory change that affects it, but those things will wind up in the CIP.
Exactly, so. And like I said, I'll send it out to
Yep.
the group here as a draft and, you know, hack away, add to it, whatever. I have no ego to bruise on that kind of stuff, that's for sure. I'll take all help. Some things I just started down that I know we've talked about that we probably need to, you know, I don't necessarily need, meets the action item list, but, talk about a road maintenance plan. Which also reminds me, we gotta send a letter to the Central Region Planning Commission regarding that,
Isn't the email in there from Stephanie Alexander?
no? Somebody email in there for her. About, because I know they're putting together, they had a draft, or not draft, but it was like a prototype road maintenance thing going on.
I have something in my basket that I do need to bring up, so I'm gonna go grab that. I
Okay,
thought
cool.
I'd put it in your basket,
Yep.
but it's not there.
So,
What
anyway,
else do you have on your list?
I mean, if you need to go get it, go, you know, vehicle equipment, maintenance system, I know we talked about that, which kind of blends into asset management plan, we, you know, I think we've kind of touched upon. It's just things that we, you know, just think we ought to keep in the forefront. I know Thomas mentioned about vendors and trying to get an approval list and stuff like that, so get that generated.
Yeah, so we always
Yeah.
use the same people.
Exactly. You know, fiscal policy, personnel plan, we gotta revamp that, that's getting outdated. Space needs, I don't know, I think you brought that up. And town property catalog, I know John was working on that, hopefully it'll continue on. And some safety programs, you know, just some of the thoughts that I had, you know, that we probably ought to start, you know, digging into when we have the opportunity. I don't know if you wanna add to that list or not, it just. So,
Well, some of those things, Brian, as we go forward and they start to take traction,
Yep.
maybe what we need to do then is just form committees, cause we as a
Yep.
board can't do all of it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So then we
I
get,
don't
you
disagree.
know, reach out to some of these other,
Yep.
you know, folks here in town to help us out.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can see the CIP doing some of it and, you know,
Right.
other things, so.
Yep.
No, I don't disagree, no, I just, something that's on our plate that we need to, you know, either, you know, delegate as best we can, or, you know,
Yep.
or we start the ball rolling, let someone pick it up and help us out with
Yep.
it. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, I attended, what they call CRICE, Civilian Response to Active Shooter Events. This training that's required for all state employees. I understand is that they made, it looks like they're trying to also push it down to the towns and counties and other municipalities. I brought in the pamphlet, I don't know if that's something we might wanna, you know,
I see that.
if you guys remember the Carl Dreyer.
Is
Back in
shelter
the
in
90s.
place kind of stuff and that?
Well, that's part of it, but it's also, it's basically, you know, avoid, you know, was it deter and defend or something like that, you know, different things.
You have to
Deny.
be careful what you say about Carl. I
Yeah.
remember him telling the super that he was gonna kill him. He
Mhm.
kept pestering him about cigarettes,
Yep,
and I think he really meant that when he
Mhm.
said it. He's not around anymore.
no. I mean, he's the epitome of the example that you can use for, you know, that particular training, so I mean, I know as it goes out to the towns and stuff like that, I don't know if it's something we might wanna see if we can take advantage of it. It's, I mean, from my background, it wasn't anything I didn't already know about, but I know people that didn't have that kind of, my background, you know, military and, you know, security, it was eye-opening for them, I think it would be good for our
Some of these
employees.
things, some of these things even you can apply to your home life.
Yep, true. So,
Hazard mitigation update.
oh, okay. Well, Stephanie Alexander to us. Alright, follow up with a hazard mitigation plan update. I was referring today, Dunbarton PDM 2015 hazard mitigation, had award community commitment, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, attached PDF letter contains a link to the New Hampshire Homeland Security and Management Response Resource Center contractor selection form page. Allow anyone who might share the PDF letter to be able to access the website, links below, includes automatic response. So what's the, I guess,
It's a grant, I think it's more, it's clarified in the letter.
okay, do you want to just talk about this briefly on the phone? New Hampshire Homeland Security and Risk Management. Notice application to federal FEMA for pre-disaster mitigation, hazard mitigation plan update funding for Dunbarton. The town is anticipated to receive a total award allocation of $8,000, $6,000 payment plus $2,000 match to update its 2011 plan, which will expire in October 2016. The prior years, the CNHRPC proposes to assist the town with updating the hazard mitigation plan. Okay.
We can hold off until next week if you
Yeah,
want me to put it on the agenda.
if you could, but also
Yeah.
could you take and scan it and send it to us so we can read it
Yeah,
at home, so we can have,
Yeah.
you
Think
know,
about it.
because it's, and maybe take a look at some of the resources.
Cause she did say there's a link there, right, that anyone can access.
That sound reasonable to you, sir?
Yeah,
Okay, because otherwise we'll be here till 10 o'clock tonight trying to. go through
right,
all
we
this.
have a curfew.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah.
I will make sure
I'm
that,
gonna give us a curfew.
I put it on the
Mom said
agenda.
we have to be out of here.
Alright, so, yeah, we can have back to you for next week's,
Yeah, and next week will
if
be
you can
the
scan it to us, that'd be great.
calendar.
And as I just, while you're done, I just went through a list of stuff that you probably already heard anyway, so you'll hear on the tape.
Okay,
Also,
I will.
but also, active shooter response training we went to. I thought it might behoove us to, you know, when it comes out, it's available for the employees and officials.
What is it?
Active employee, well, it's for state employees, but it's active shooter response training in case, you know, you have someone like, you know, comes in and
Crazy?
goes,
Yeah.
yeah, postal, as
Yeah,
the term
okay.
is.
Okay,
It was a good 2 hours for people that, you know, weren't aware of this kind of stuff. You know, pretty good, so I'll leave that with you if you want it. That's all I had for the time being.
Well, I've got one thing that I
Absolutely.
happen to see.
Yep.
Can I refer to this? You know, you're working in a small
mhm.
environment
Yep.
of workers, and I don't know, but it would seem to me that when you're working with so few people, something like this occurs, that you can't just go and talk to someone and say, you know, whatever it is intrusive to the rest of us, and let it go that way, than to go to a written format
The
which
problem,
chastises someone.
the problem is, Bob, I've been damned if I do and damned if I don't, so at least this way here is just being open with her, that is a problem, and it's putting her on notice. That's,
Well, you know, you guys all have to work together, and
Mhm.
that's the bottom line, is you're here for a while together.
yeah,
That
yeah,
it seems like it's an easier way of getting along, of communicating with each other,
yeah.
than using pieces of paper.
Yeah. But when I
You
hear
know?
complaints from other employees on numerous times, and then I feel like, okay, now I need to act on it. And I felt that it was critical for me to put it in writing. It's just a notice. And that's the, you know, it's a quoting what's in the policy for the
That
personnel
policy is
plan.
before all of us here on this board.
Right,
Yeah.
well,
I can tell you that.
I understand that, but again, it seems to me where it's a small work environment,
Mhm.
communication goes a lot better than a piece of paper does.
Okay,
Only because, you know, someone's feathers are gonna be ruffled for a while, it's gonna take a while to settle down. I don't know, it just seems a little easier to express it rather than use a paper, that's my personal opinion.
okay.
Anything else?
That's it,
Okay, well, we're good here then.
I gotta make the 10 o'clock time.
Yeah. Alrighty, we have no department head, so we'll just start with Fran. All set, Leo?
Just to get back to the recording.
Yeah.
My thoughts originally were to record the selectmen, the planning board, and the zoning board to start with. The problem is, number one, the meetings have been going on so long here, and you know, around the fall time, you have 2-3 a week, you know, and then we got very few volunteers to do this. And the girl who uploads this, it takes a long time to upload your meetings, you know, and she's the only one does that. So there's really 2 of us doing this right now, you know. So it is our intention eventually to do that, to do the planning board and then the zoning board meetings. And then hopefully other committees and boards might like the idea and do the same thing with theirs, you know. But that was, you know, this was a place to start. That's what this was, you know.
Okay.
I would like to see those recordings if they're going to be done in one stretch. Because when you're looking at one of 2 or one of 4, it makes it difficult, because they're so long. that you
Yeah,
have to-
right, but you know, this piece of paper right here will help things. If that, you know, you're posting this online now, so people can see this and have an idea where that, what,
Pieces, oh,
yeah,
okay.
you know,
and look at
they
it.
don't have to go through the whole thing looking for it, they could
Okay.
say, you know, get an idea where it is and.
Cause that will stay on the calendar, right?
will stay
That
on the
won't-
calendar.
That's
Yeah,
not
so,
time
you know, so
Right,
that's gonna help out a lot, you know.
yeah.
Joyce? Yeah, public comment, anything for the public?
Just a couple things, actually. I really don't wanna bring up a bee's nest, but I think if you're thinking of saving the town money and you're renting a postal machine and you're saving a half a cent per stamp, does that really work out to saving money and time? That's number one, not to discuss it tonight. And I really do agree about, in a small office like this, it's incumbent on everyone who works in any office or any small setting to always kind of give a little, you know, I mean, I worked at Concord Hospital, and this is a big thing, is how you conduct yourself in an office and how you give others, you know, that maybe they're a little curt or maybe they're a little this, but you just give them slack. And that verbal communication is sometimes a lot easier to take, because then you can see that maybe somebody doesn't mean something. It'd be, you know, it's friendlier. So, I think there was one more thing, but it's escaped me.
I know the feeling. Linda?
Yeah, on the postage machine.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, it's gonna have to be pretty darn fast. Because I would love to give you 1 month's worth of car
Well,
registrations.
that's why I'm,
And have you understand how much faster it is for Judy and I to just go stamp, 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 stamp. So unless you get a postage machine that you can stick a stack of envelopes in and walk away from.
that's why you suggested
There-
that, which I agree,
That's what.
Yeah.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
But
we're
then
looking.
there's not that savings, so I know it's a balancing act.
Right.
So if you're looking at something like that, it's gonna be a lot more
I-
money.
No, we'll see, we don't know.
The reason why this came up is because I see how inconvenient it is for them to come in and just do a couple, two,
Yep.
3 stamps.
That
you know?
is inconvenient too.
And
Yeah.
it's random, it could be, you know, when you see the postal guy walking, pull into the driveway, or in the parking lot, you run to the machine and say, oh, I gotta get this posted. To the times where they have quiet time and they have a stack to, meter or
Yep.
stamp, and I'm just looking at different avenues that would work for all of us.
And there are places bigger than us that crank out mail, so there's gotta be a machine that,
Yeah,
you know, do the job, I would hope.
yeah,
And we all
Actually,
know-
I think I gave you some literature from the town clerk conference on a company that has the postage machines.
a couple years ago, you were talking about, when you gave me the
It
little,
would have been either last September or the year before.
yeah, I think it was the year before. Yeah, I get those on a regular basis, they're just like the Neopost company, they have different models that you can,
I think it was Formax, I think was the, but anyway,
yeah.
Couldn't you both still make those?
I think they were
I know
more
they used
expensive
to,
when
I think.
when we researched it, they were
The
more
machine we
expensive.
have now, is that something we own or we rent?
We rent,
We rent, so.
Yeah.
Why do we have to rent them versus owning? Cause I mean,
because it's the upload of the postage that they have to front us until we pay the bill.
how does that happen? Is that done electronically, or do you have to take that machine to the
No, you
post office?
punch in the code and then you enter
And
the
it, and it
funds.
uploads?
Yeah, and then you
alright.
print your receipt.
So you plug into the internet to do this?
No, it's done through the phone line.
Right off, off the phone line?
It's a fax,
Oh,
phone,
oh,
it's
it
a
is,
shared, yeah,
okay, alright,
so.
yeah, okay, yeah, back in the day,
I mean, we looked into, you know, why do we have to have postage machines in the office? Why do we have to pay? Why can't we go down to the post office? Well, none of us have the time to do that. I mean, it's
Right.
just,
Okay,
And stamps are, you know, it's a, you know, we've already had that discussion regarding, you know, on the previous board there about how those can be just,
accountability.
exactly, it's an accountability nightmare,
yeah,
so.
so I'm just thinking of different options here.
Yep.
I keep
I haven't
a log,
forgot you.
no,
Good.
I do keep a log of the stamps that I use. And for the most part, I mean, I mostly use the rolled stamps for the mass mailings. The little piddly stuff every day, I'll go use the machine. But, you know, accountability kind of is an implication. Just saying.
Well, it's the public's money, we gotta be accountable.
I
Simple as
keep a
that.
log, and that log is available anytime anybody wants to see it. And I have all the papers
Do
to
you
back
lock
me up.
those stamps?
Do I what?
The ones that you had currently, that you've been using, are they locked away
Of
somewhere?
course they are.
Okay, just- just
Everything in my office is insanely secure.
With a stamp machine, you'd be able to save that time of having to record a whole lot, because you won't need it
A
anymore.
stamp machine won't be locked up though,
No,
right?
but you have to have a code to use it.
Yeah, you can program
Yeah,
the
yeah.
codes, yeah.
And if the stamp machine, if I could put a stack in there and walk away, that'd be awesome. But I've gotten pretty fast with the roll and the thumb, you know, when I
Yep.
do my envelopes.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I did
Yes,
that,
yeah.
so, anything else?
There was one other thing, it just jarred my memory. You mentioned VPN tonight, and there was a time when it was discussed, getting me on VPN at home. I understand that Judy's on already.
I have no idea if she is or not, I mean, 'cause.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
is. It was darned inconvenient during the town and school elections I went home and I brought a bunch of stuff home with me to work on. And I didn't have something and I had to drive all the way back here at 1 in the morning to get it because
supposed-
I can't log in.
you've already gotten the authority to do that, they were supposed to work,
That
you
was
said,
never communicated to me.
oh, yes, there was, I said that, I was working with me first to make sure that it worked.
You said it was
And
gonna
then
happen.
I gave direction from True North that you had to go ahead, if Judy's already gotten on VPN, then I thought you had said something about before town meeting wasn't gonna be good for you and you would wait until after.
I don't remember that.
Can
It's
we follow up
possible,
with
but
Phil?
anyway, I'd like to
Oh,
get
absolutely, yeah.
hooked
Yeah,
up,
well,
yes.
see where.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has been authorized to do
I would like
VPN.
to be,
And
hooked up with that.
Well,
what was
okay.
communicated from,
Mhm.
Jim was that it can't be more than so many.
Right.
So if you find that you're getting bumped out, or,
Well, you
or
can get into your own computer for the most part, right?
no, the server,
Server?
yeah, you can shut everything
That's right.
down and it's on the
That's
server,
right.
and we're only allowed so many
Right,
DPNs
that's
at
right.
the same time.
Cause we needed cause he was gonna do that with the laptop for the,
Correct, yeah, for,
For
use
Pam.
this as a port.
Yeah, but potentially how many people would you have logged in remotely? It'd be
None.
yourself, Judy and Linda, right? I mean,
Pam.
For the most part, yes.
for the most part,
And
right?
when Pam starts to reconcile, it'll be the fourth one.
Yeah,
yeah, we gotta get her going on that and getting her with
Yeah.
BMSI and all that stuff, that's just
Yeah.
taking way too long.
We're just barely getting past town meeting, and she's planning on meeting with us.
so yeah, I would,
Mhm.
yeah,
So,
make it happen.
yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Anything else?
that was it.
Les, anything with public comment?
Yeah, I'd like to compliment you guys. I think you're really doing, you got a good board now,
Thank you.
and, you got a lot to do, but it seems to be coming together.
Oh, we're trying.
It looks good, it looks great, yeah, from somebody just sitting on the outside looking in.
Thank you.
Uh,
Appreciate
I
that.
thank you guys.
Any other public comment? All right, then, we're gonna close the public comment, and, we're gonna go into a non-public for the police department. So, have a good night.